Hey there farmers, I hope everything's going well. Today we're here to test this tool carrier from Dondi. It's fantastic for the vineyard, but let's watch a few clips to see what it did in the vineyard today, and then we'll talk about it in more detail.
Hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
The productivity of our vineyard. Handling these operations requires specialized machinery that can help us every day to carry out a range of tasks. And here comes the question, what do? Do I buy 1,000 machines, each for a different task? In this case, this is exactly where Dondi comes into play. The Dondi tool carrier acts as a platform that we can customize however we want. It's available in 4 configurations. The Vitis works 1 row at a time, the Vitis 2 works 2 rows at a time, so both on the right and on the left, both are available in the Pro version. The Pro version differs from the basic one because it has full hydraulic controls, so we can control all the adjustments directly from the cab, making it much more convenient. Each model is also available in different lengths. There are 4 different lengths to adapt to every type of vineyard. Now you can install all the tools you want and you decide based on the type of work you need to do. I'm showing you the website right below so you can see how you can configure the machine, really for every need. This is very interesting because machines like this used to be designed to work from April to July. Instead, with all these tools, we can really use it almost all year round. So from even opening the furrow to fertilize, maybe in winter, and then closing the furrow again very quickly. The work of under-row cultivation and suckering that we do during the season. So it's a machine that pays for itself over a longer period, but that's because it does many more operations in a single setup. A very important thing is that everything you see on this frame, and even on every tool you see, can be adjusted individually. The key word for a model like this is versatility. It's a machine that fully adapts to every need. Of course, here we see it already set up and already in the field, but you should know that it can adapt to the specific characteristics of your vineyard. Of course, the guys from Dondi can help set it up and figure out exactly which tool to install to get the best work done. Now let's focus on this Vitis 2 Pro L with 2 sucker removers attached. Let's see how to at least set it up and what kind of work it can do. Because of a brilliant idea they came up with, you don't use it just for shoot removal.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
But you said I need to change something.
Basically, the protection that we all see here.
Everyone.
Hello everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Everyone. To everyone. Up to the complete protection of the vine. Of course.
Because if I shred, I risk damaging the bark. So you close it all the way and I rotate it.
I rotate it and I can increase the oil flow enough to get up to 2,200 RPM so that the grass gets cut.
Because you mentioned one thing you did was increase speed. So a higher flow rate because for
an increased flow rate, we can completely cut even the most stubborn weeds without giving...
even those that are a bit woody.
The more well-known one, the one I often encounter myself.
Guys, I have to go with the brush cutter here, right? Then you were telling me that we can go and do another setting as well.
Exactly, because we can change the working diameter based on the height of the row. It goes from a minimum of 30 then to 40 as it's set now, up to 50 cm, so I can really work on everything. If the first wire is very high and I can get in with the head, I'll definitely go with a 50.
On this frame. I really liked it a lot. Let's go check out the heat exchanger because I really like that thing. Come on, explain it. Explain it again because he's telling me the cool features. So the heat exchanger, well, let's say everyone has it more or less.
The heat exchanger is a tool, let's say an accessory that is usually added to machines that are not independent, that is not with their own hydraulic system that supports the tractor to keep the oil temperature under control. However, in this case, this type of machine requires it. It often happened that it would burst, due to various pressure buildup, because it could be that a hose gets disconnected or something happens. We thought it would be a good idea to patent a system before it bursts, so it intervenes before anything blows. Yes, considering that it's an aluminum accessory where the maximum is above 25 bar.
The tractor shoots out 180?
180, 190. It definitely takes it.
And what did you put a tank? No.
We put it in a tank, yes, but as an accumulator,
Okay.
what happens in the case of overpressure, a sudden error, or a hose coming loose or some other problem? We have installed, let's say, an anti-burst system where the back pressure that builds up inside the exchanger is bypassed first.
So it gets diverted? It gets diverted.
The oil goes into a small tank. The nice thing is not just the oil diversion, but there's also an audible alarm that warns the tractor driver
That is a system.
he must remove the oil in that case.
You said you're the only ones with it because you patented it?
Exactly. It didn't exist on a tool carrier machine that is on a straddle tractor, so we brought it onto this as well.
You told me that the oil used by the machine, so the machine doesn't have a tank, it doesn't have a tank. I see that it's really compact, maybe also because it doesn't need a tank. Various PTO attachments, various pumps, it connects to the tractor, right?
Exactly.
I'm speaking from experience, even if it may be a bit misguided. Where to avoid putting too much stress on the tractor, I prefer to have the tank on my equipment with everything dedicated. So that, especially when it really starts to get hot at 2 in the afternoon in July, nothing happens. And anyway, I can keep the tractor in better shape, let's say. You told me that here there are 2 issues here that you've kind of overcome.
The main peculiarity is that our machine uses little oil. I mean, paradoxically, it works better with less oil than with a lot of oil.
Sorry, I checked the data sheet and thought there was a mistake, but we actually have 2 or 3 figures. I thought it was hundreds of liters, but it's nowhere near that.
The maximum we reach is during the mulching phase. In that case, because
We said maximum demand for
oil, at peak oil demand, the machine can require up to 50 liters in the double configuration.
So it means this configuration set up with the shredder uses 50 liters,
Anything extra we give will bypass it, okay?
so it neither accepts nor returns them.
It returns them for sucker removal since it needs much less.
Okay,
During passive operation, we're referring to a plow,
small plow.
blade, whatever it may be. It uses up to a maximum of 30 liters in the double configuration.
There's nothing. So the technological work you've done, including the design, was to optimize the oil demand. So this led you to need a tank. Were you able to make the machine more compact and lighter? Because I see it in front, it can be placed, but I look behind the tractor and there are no ballast weights.
Their weights.
Weights, yes, because they're weights. Especially here in Emilia-Romagna, if you're not in Capelizzano, they're called capazzine. Where we are in Franciacorta, we're stingy. 3 meters is already a lot. I mean, I don't know about us.
The machine was designed and conceived to be front mounted. It's a very compact machine on purpose, very well balanced, where obviously the weight makes a difference. Why? Because in normal standard soils, yes, weight matters, but it always works. When the soil starts to get compact and very hard, lighter machines struggle to get in. So what's the other side of the coin? It's that heavy machines on the 3-point hitch do the worst damage, especially not so much during the operation.
But during transport, since they lack wheels,
They have wheels. As long as it's working, the machine rests on the wheels and it's fine. But on the road, with bumps, potholes, and so on, a machine with its own tank and so on. We're talking about a machine that weighs 800 or 900 kilograms.
so you explained this to me a little later. Of course, we'll leave everything in the description with all the parts, because there are 5 patents.
Yes, more or less, yes.
5 patents mean 5 brilliant ideas. We could discuss them for hours, but we won't. He was telling me outside, no, say it, because I told him I have to do maintenance, so I constantly have to go clean the grill, the heat exchanger grill. But no, I had thought about it.
I had thought about this too. The heat exchanger has a reversing fan that basically reverses airflow about every 10 minutes. To clean the grill, yes, like the tractor, clearly most of the cleaning is already done in the field.
Sorry, so here I just grease it, that's all. I mean, as maintenance, no, but if you want a cleaning, I'll do it anyway.
Annual maintenance is always necessary because
No, but in itself, it's pretty low on maintenance, right?
basically the less stuff you have, the less can break.
Exactly. I mean, I don't even see any oil filters to change, right? No,
All right, let's grease it up.
that's enough. Let's go see it in the field. Hola. Hi, this one here is a Vitus Pro. We attached a small plow. We already set it up. I would say let's not waste any more time. Let's see how it works. Let's take it. We talk a lot. Thanks. Let's see how it works. Keep in mind, as I told you before, there are 1,000 tools we can use in the row. Look, guys. Hello?
Hello. Hello.
We've been out testing all day, as you saw, these two different frames. The interesting thing is that we also tested them at fairly high speeds, and that's very interesting. Why? Because the more precisely, efficiently, and quickly we can work in the field, the more leeway we have in the work we do, which is always full of challenges. Guys, there's always something. That's why I recommend you contact Dondi to find out how to choose and customize the machine that's right for you. Also, keep yourself updated because there are always new 4.0 funding programs, the INAIL funding program, and various other funding opportunities coming out, and these machines can almost always qualify for those programs. So you have the chance to get a machine with a series of incentives that are really very, very interesting. Now, there are comments below. What do you think? Just a reminder, you'll find the Dondi website right below in the description. You can contact them to ask any questions, and I'm also leaving the website so you can check out all the different features, which of course for reasons of time, but above all because they really have a lot, we weren't able to show you. The website is well made. Farmer, all that's left for me is to go back home. I also feel like getting my hands on it. See you in the next video. Bye everyone.